Welcome to another edition of Thursday Night Thunder here at the Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland, Missouri. We've got a good one on tap here for you tonight. Small blocks, big blocks, Pro Late models invade Lucas Oil. We also have later this evening the Xfinity Series Trail, which should be a fun one. But welcome everyone to another edition on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Thanks all so much for joining us here tonight. I'm Ari Sakala. And we are just about ready to go for what should be a fun one. So far, it's been a great week in advance of the Super Dirt Modified week, and this gives some of the drivers here an opportunity to tune their cars up and get ready. Obviously, different setups from what you'll see later on from what we'll see next week, but the drivers should have a lot of fun. As always, we begin with the Arson Trackside 358 Modifieds. Again, normally Brett Weirley does this broadcast, and I am actually filling in for him this evening. So as we get set to go, 5 different races and 5 different winners. Anthony Morano, Sam Bachman, Blake Chapman, Gavin Chatham, and Isaac Salas. It is, I don't want to say tight right now in points, but it could still be a possible opportunity for Sam Bachman to get back into this championship hunt as we begin the halfway point of the season. Morano comes in with a 91-point advantage on Sam Bachman. Then you got Blake Chapman third in points, 120 points back. Logan Wentz is fourth in the standings. He is 124 points back, and 150 points back in fifth is Brandon Templeton. Let's pull up the speed charts here and show you how your favorite driver is currently doing at home. Scott Rayome, the quickest driver on track. He's rocking a 14:34 at the moment. That's followed by Dylan Kinsey with a 14:38. Michael Vitale third, 14:46. Sam Bachman is fourth with a 14:51. And Randall Dixon is fifth with a 14:57. Got some of the drivers here on track. There's Dean Reynolds. Normally has the purple and black scheme. Has brought out the red and white colors in honor of Mission 22. Of course, next week, Super Dirt Modified Week, which you'll see on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. All charities will go towards Mission 22. We'll talk more about Super Dirt Modified Week later on in the show. We had Open 358s take place earlier this week. And man, was that a fun show to watch at Eldora. Trent Verstraeten taking home the win in the Super Dirt Car Series ride. He looks to be a threat. 7th quickest so far with a 14:62. 20 drivers on hand this evening, and as the drivers get all set to go, we will, I believe we will step aside real quick, pay some bills here for the sponsors here. When we come back, qualifying time of the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Oh, if he's having mic issues or something.
Hey, do you guys know when this session's supposed to advance? Like now?
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out where Signal Cow was. We're going to go right now.
Okay. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
he could be having issues.
Gotcha. All right, thanks.
Thanks,
Good luck,
Mark.
guys. All right, we're back. Apologies for those technical difficulties here. Just getting the session set up here and go over to qualifying. And first driver will make his way on the racetrack. We'll pull up Dino here in the Super Dirt Car Series number 79. All drivers, 2 minutes of qualifying to work with. And you'll see the driver's lap time pull up when they complete a lap. Bottom of the screen, give you a better idea on how the driver is doing. Green means it's their best lap, while a purple means it's their quickest lap. So here comes Dean off for turn 4 as he'll set the bar in the number 79 and go with a 15:46. Dylan Kinsey quickest. Now Sam Bachman at a 15:38. Anthony Morano currently 4th quick. He had the purple show up just a moment ago. Let's see if this is a better lap for him. Dean Reynolds, though, in the purple in Sector 1, a slower lap at a 15:47. Michael Vitale currently 6th quick at a 15:46. Here comes the 213 off of turn number 4, looking for a better lap. And I think it was better. It was 15:456. Logan Wentz, meanwhile, quick time. The salesman goes quick time now. 15:314, a 3-way tie. I am not kidding. All the way down to the 10,000ths. 15:4-3 on lap number 2 for Blake. Scott Rayome 11th quick on lap number 1. 15:49 for him. Rayome comes across the start-finish line in a much better lap, 15:42. 21 drivers now on the car count. Gary Sigelcal just connected in. And it's a 3-way tie. Blake Chapman, Logan Wentz, Sam Bachman. How about that? 15:314 for each driver. All right, so we're ready to go for heat race number 1. Let's meet the field and give you your starting lineup. Heat 1 brought to you by Flatline Racing Bodies. And on the pole, and number 79 is Dean Reynolds. Next to him, Anthony Morano in the 32. Row number 2, Brian Lawson in the 9. And the salesman, Blake Chapman, in car number 20. Row number 3, Randall Dixon in the 011. And Matt Schaefer in the 183. Rounding out the grid, it's Pat Boyce in car 41. Here's how a normal night works of Monday Night Madness on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Thursday Night Thunder, I should say, on the Coast to Coast Racing Network works. We just had the qualifying session. Then we will invert the top 4 prior to taking the green. So that's why you see Blake Chapman start 4th in heat race number 1. We have 3 heat races set for you this evening, each 6 laps. Everyone transfers into the show. If we had over 24 drivers, it would be the top 4 drivers moving on. Tonight's features for small blocks, big blocks, and late models, each 30 laps. And so full throttle teammates make up the front row with Dean Reynolds and Anthony Morano. Morano, the Open 358 points leader as well. Winner on pole position tonight for the feature. Green flag set to fly. Here we go. Reynolds is able to clear with the early lead. Morano 2nd, Lawson 3rd, Blake Chapman 4th. Salesman looking around the outside of car number 9. Off the corner, here comes Morano. Trying to thread the needle as Lawson just about showed his nose 3 wide. Reynolds hanging on to that lead right now over Anthony Morano. Remember, fixed setups. If you normally watch Monday nights on the Slide Job Racing Network, we have open setups on Monday nights. You can see it's pretty tight. As of right now, that's the gap between first and last, just about 1.2 seconds between Reynolds and Boyce. Lawson trying to get a peek for 2nd on the 32 of Morano, but now he shuts the door. Blake Chapman trying to get a run off the corner. That's the battle for 3rd. Now Morano looking for Biden. We got issues off for 4. That's the Matt Schaefer in the 183. I think he hit the Tory tire. That moved him to the back. Morano, meanwhile, quickest driver on the track at a 15:147. 15147 for Morano. That's his best lap as things stand. Checkered flag is out here off of 4. Morano looked for a run, but it's Dean Reynolds that scores the win. Morano 2nd, Chapman 3rd, and it's Dino that is on pole for tonight's 30-lap feature. We now move to Heat 2, brought to you by Full Throttle Motorsports. Here's the starting lineup as it's the Brood to Beast, Jeff Barker on pole position, the 513. Next to him, it's the 555 of Harold Klump. Row 2, Dylan Kinsey in the 083, next to Logan Wentz in the 118. Row number 3, J.J. O'Dow in car 26, next to Jake Henry in the 171. Rounding out the field this evening, it's Tyler Flynn in the 831. Winner starts outside next to Dean Reynolds on the front row. Folks, let us know who you're rooting for in chat. Had about 7 viewers, I'd say, right now on Slide Job Racing Network. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening. Steve King Foundation pace car already on pit road, set to go racing for heat race number 2. Barker and Klump bring us to green. We're underway. Barker trying to clear Klump off of turn 2 as Kinsey and Wentz are door to door. Barker up the hill. I think he hit the Uke tire. That gives Harold Klump the race lead. Second, meanwhile, belongs to Logan Wentz. 3 wide nearly for the top spot as Klump is testing out the cushion, see if that works out to his advantage. Barker downstairs, Wentz in the middle, Klump up top. 3 wide for the top spot as Wentz crowds Harold Klump. The 555 able to clear. Jake Henry now trying to gather a run around the outside for third. Quickest car on the racetrack on the 15.5. Meanwhile, no yaw from Barker entering turn 3. That allows Jake Henry to try and capitalize and take away the third spot. Right out forward with the 171. Had the quickest lap a moment ago. Now that belongs to the leader. Harold Klump with a 15.50. 2 to go, and Wentz wants the lead from the 555. You watched it from Henry's perspective. When they were side by side, Wentz throws the slide job. Klump tries to counter it back. White flag is out, 1 to go. Wentz led it at the line. Klump trying to stay at Wentz's door. The 118 clears, and that should pretty much do it. Wentz keeps it up top, doesn't go over the cushion, and Wentz wins heat 2. Klump second, Henry third, Kinsey fourth, Barker fifth, O'Dell sixth, Flynn seventh. But it's the 118 of Logan Wentz that gets the job done. Elstar on the front row next to Dean Reynolds. We're in a 15.37 at the final lap. How about that? We now move to Heat 3, brought to you by Glenridge Motorsports Park, the official title sponsor of Super Dirt Modified Week, as well as the Dirt Car 358s, or the Open 358s on Mondays. Here's the starting lineup. Trent Verstraeten on pole position. He's in the 088. Next to him, it's Michael Vitale in the 213. Row number 2, that's Scott Rayome in the 444. Next to Sam Bachman in the 107. Row number 3, Superman Kurt Schatzer in the 218. And Bob DeGood in the 7. Rounding out the grid tonight, that's Gary Sigelkow in the AMSOIL 25. Believe we're going to go one extra pace lap here. I think it was just to make sure that Sigelkow was all set to go. Tell your friends to tune on in. We'll see if we can get maybe 15 by the end of the night. All right, winner starts inside row number 2. Green flag is out. Let's go racing. Vitale has the preferred line off for turn 2. However, though, it's Verstraeten that's able to clear. Rayome second. Now peaks for the runner-up spot on the 213. Bachman thinking about threading the needle, decides not to. Lap 1 led by Verstraeten as Rayome and Vitale duke at it for P2. Rayome may have a run here. Full throttle versus Venom for the race lead. The two teams love to work with each other. You can see full throttle teammates working together on the basement groove. Quickest car right now, Bachman at a 15:66. Rayome to the race lead at the line. He leads the halfway lap. Now how does Verstraeten try to fight back? You're on board with Bachman in the 107. Trying to tell Rayome, hey, send it. I'll try and race Verstraeten for the lead. However, though, Verstraeten may have taken the lead back at the start-finish line. 2 to go in Heat 3. Rayome trying to clear the 088, nearly went up the hill, but he holds his groove. Did Rayome clear at the line? Verstraeten trying to fight back on the cushion. Final lap in Heat 3. It's Rayome against Verstraeten. The 4 clears. Verstraeten takes a peek underneath, trying to send it off for turn number 4. Photo finish, coming to the checkered flag. Rayome gets the win. Bachman 3rd, Vitali 4th, 5th Schatzer, 6th to Good, and Sigelkow 7th. Gonna step aside and go to break. Warm-ups underway on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. The lights are on here at Lucas Oil Speedway as we get set to go racing. Don't forget, this Tuesday, the beginning of Super Dirt Modified Week, the 3rd running of the Chris Yacklin Memorial Super Dirt Modified Week, supporting Mission 22, begins Tuesday and lasts through Thursday. Tuesday night qualifying night for the 358s and the big blocks. Wednesday night, the last chance showdown of the pole scramble. And then Thursday night, championship night. 358s have a 75-lap feature. Big block feature is 100 laps. Winner takes home $50 and a trophy. You can watch all that on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. And if you're interested in entering, gotta do it as soon as possible. $20 for both classes, $15 for a class. All entry fees go towards Mission 22. Really want to get a really good car count for this one. It's one of the best events that Coast to Coast puts on. So if you haven't, why haven't you? Alrighty, feature time. Let's meet the field and give you your starting lineup. Starting lineup brought to you by RSN Trackside. On the pole, Dean Reynolds in the number 79. Next to him, Logan Wentz in the 118. Row number 2, Anthony Morano to his outside of Scott Rayome in the 444. Row 3, Harold Klump in the 555. Next to Trent Verstraeten in the 088. Row number 4, the salesman, Blake Chapman in the 20. And Jake Henry in the 171. Rounding out the top 10, Sam Bachman in the 107. And Brian Lawson in the 9. Row 6, Dylan Kinsey in the 083. And Michael Vitali in the 213. Row 7, That is Randall Dixon in the 011. Next to the Brew to Beast, Jeff Barker in the 513. Row 8, Superman, Kurt Schatzer in the 218, and Pat Boyce in the 41. Rounding out the grid, row 9, J.J. Odell in the 26, and Bob DeGood in the 7. Row 10, Matt Schaefer in the 183, and Tyler Flynn in the 831. Gary Sigelkow rounds out the field, starting 21st tonight. We're set to go racing here, and we are one lap away from the Lucy Olsen start, and we got to congratulate Lucy as well, because it was announced earlier today, or yesterday, that she will be transferring to Iowa. Yes, the home of Caitlin Clark, now at Indiana for the WNBA. Lucy Olsen to give us Coast to Coast fans one more year to support the Iowa Hawkeyes. Dean Reynolds, Logan Wentz, set to bring us to green off for turn number 4. First feature of the night. Coast to Coast 358 modifieds. It's time to get it on. 2x2 off the corner. Reynolds tries to clear Logan Wentz. Scott Rayom third, Anthony Morano fourth. Blake Chapman shows his nose underneath, going 3 wide for a split second, but it's the 118 of Wentz who leads lap number 1. Morano up on the cushion, trying to get to the second spot, but at the same time, trying to hang on to third. Scott Rayom has a big run downstairs. That's the line you want to be in the heats, but for the feature with this track all buzzed in, it's the cushion where you want to be. Reynolds, Rayom, door-to-door off of 2. And Reynolds able to clear. Let's see what Morano and Chapman can do when it comes to runs. Close quarters racing, that's for sure. On board the 20. Chapman, your Renegades points leader this week. Rayom, you see, able to clear Morano for the bottom step of the podium. And gets there now. Rayom tries to get a run on the top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. May have got a little too high. Morano makes it easy to take third back. Nearly 3 wide for fourth here. Blake Chapman, Trent Verstraeten trying to take it away from the 4 car. Five laps completed in this one. Logan Wentz has led all the laps so far. He started from second. Morano, let's see if we get this slow line set down. When we get to the long run, always watch out for him on the bottom. That is where he is strong. Verstraeten trying to take away that 5th position from Blake Chapman, not working. How about the 9, though? Brian Lawson up 3 spots, started 10th. He's up to 7th. The second biggest mover in this race. Your biggest mover, Kurt Schatzer, up 4 to 11th. Yellow lights are on for the first time tonight. We've got Tyler Flynn around. And with that being said, we will go to the first Malcolm's Mills replay of the night and show you what happened. Made contact. I believe that was the 83 of Kinsey, either Kinsey or Schaefer. Yeah, that was, I believe, Matt Schaefer, who's got, I believe that's a Buzz Chew scheme. That looks a lot like Matt Williams' Buzz Chew ride. Yep, there it is. That is a nice ride that Schaefer has set tonight. And again, that, I swear, that looks just like the Buzz Chew 88. Lights still on, the Steve King Foundation pace car. And it will go green this time for our first restart of the night. We'll watch this from the Chapman Racing drone. Logan Wentz, Dean Reynolds, row 1. Anthony Morano, Scott Rayom, row 2. Row number 3, Blake Chapman, Trent Verstraeten, Sam Bachman, Brian Lawson, row 4. Harold Klump, Dylan Kinsey round out the top 10. Wentz is the control car for this restart. He fires now.
Green, green, green.
And immediately the crossover, 4 wide nearly for third. Morano 3 wide for the lead. Bad restart by the 118 of Rents. Dino with a slide job. Nearly puts the 118 in the wall. You've got a new leader. It's Dean Reynolds. Heck of a jump for the 79. Here comes Blake Chapman. Looking for a second. Nearly thought about going 3 wide. Morano goes for the set for the lead. Doesn't work. Wentz hangs on to P2. Now it's Rayom trying to make that third groove work. 3 wide now for second once again. Chapman shows his nose right next to the Uke tire. Oh, some neck code between Wentz and Morano. Everybody hangs on. And this gives Rayom an opportunity to go for the bottom step of the podium. Caution's out. Randall Dixon and Jeff Barker. This is in the back of the pack. Second yellow of tonight's feature. Let's show you what happened. Good, just got in the back of Dixon. And Jeff Barker left with nowhere to go. He's right on board with the 513. Was committed to the outside and had nowhere to go. So second caution of the night. Dean Reynolds, the race leader. Field is all doubled up. We have 1 to green this time. Let's take a look at the 5-lap average and show you who the advantage currently belongs to. It's just way too close to call amongst the top 10 cars because of the fixed setups we have. Dean Reynolds, Logan Wentz, row 1. Anthony Morano, Blake Chapman, row 2. Scott Rayom, Trent Verstraeten in row 3. Followed by Sam Bachman, Brian Lawson, Dylan Kinsey, and Kurt Schatzer. Ready to come back to green for the restart.
Green flag, green
Best
flag.
restart by anyone tonight, and Dean immediately clears Logan Wentz. This allows Blake Chapman to get an opportunity to take third away from Anthony Morano. Wentz with a run underneath. So good on entry, but Dean is the better car on corner exit. Side by side into turn 1. Oh, look out, Rayom sideways! And a stack up in the back. Harold Klump went around to the 555. I don't think they had to do anything with the stack up, but how about Rayom making a heck of a save? Show you what happened. Man, that's a big lick. Klump. It was Odell that got into the 213 of Vitale. Let's check in with Klump's onboard. Didn't see that coming, that's for sure. So single file restart coming up here. You go 1 to green this time. Approaching halfway, Dino to bring the field back to green.
Green flag, green flag.
So Dino able to hold serve, has the lap advantage because of that single file restart. Chapman hanging on to third over Morano. How about Schatzer in the 218 meanwhile? Your biggest mover from 15th up to 8th. And he's got some racing to watch in front of him. Lawson underneath on Rayom for 7th, and they bang. Schatzer with the better run on corner exit compared to Lawson as he looks for the spot. Thought about sliding up. Look out. Lawson sideways. Bachman gave him the bumper and saves it. Good racing for second. The salesman starting to pounce on Logan Wentz. Wentz trying to do everything to pass Dean Reynolds for the top spot on board the 79. Wentz, Diamonds, turn number 2, trying to get a crack at the race lead. Pulls up to the corner panel, then has to tuck it back. Chapman all the way. Oh, he clipped the Tory tire. I thought for a moment he was way too low, and he was. Collect Odo in the process. That's a tough break. Blake was making it a really good race. He was borderline next to that to the Uke tires in turns 1 and 2. And then eats a powdered donut right there. That's like dead center. For Straighten, Rayom, the 83 at Kinsey, all gathering 2 X's from it. So Chapman will get a quick repair and make its way back out onto the racing surface. So Dino to bring us back to the green once again. We'll have 12 laps of racing remaining here at Lucas Oil Speedway. A reminder, big blocks coming up next on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. If you just tuned in, you've tuned in at the right time. This has been a fun 358 race to watch, and we're in the second half of it. Reynolds holds serve over Wentz. Morano, some nice bite in the center of the corner, trying to gather that second position. Doesn't work. Schatzer trying to gain some more spots. He's up 9 tonight. Brian Lawson wants to take the 6th spot back. And he does now. Can he secure it for the line? Meanwhile, back to the challenge for second. Here comes Morano looking for it. Wentz trying to get to the outside of Dino for the lead. Wentz nearly punted the 79. All 3 of these racers, they race each other very close, and they know how to race each other very clean. 9 laps to go. Wentz all the way up the top shelf, trying to get the drive off at turn 2 and look for options. That may have cost him. Morano up to second. Reynolds switches up to the top of the yellow waves. Not what Morano wanted one bit. Caution's out for Bob DeGood in the 7. Let's show you what happened. In the corner. Ooh, I think there was some net code there by Pat Boyce. Let's check. That had to have been net code. Ooh, you saw Jake Henry catch the Tory tire there once again. Nope, there was contact, just barely. So again, should be 1 to green this time. By again, let us know who you're rooting for in the chat as we get set to go racing once again. Again, big blocks coming up next. Later on, we'll have crate late models as well as the Xfinity Series Trail. I believe that's going to be Talladega tonight. If not, then the week prior at Texas. I'll have to double check the schedule. Reynolds looking to become this, and either Reynolds or
Green
Wentz.
flag,
They're looking
green
to become the 6th different winner of the season as we're racing again with 8 laps to go. Reynolds with a better gap this time over Wentz and Reynolds, so he restarted better than the other two, that's for sure. For straight and fourth, Rayom rounds out the top 5. Wentz tries to reel in the 79 with 7 to go. Here comes Wentz. Now is he going to think about the slide job here? Not just yet. He's playing possum for right now, but you can't play too much possum because this man could strike. And Anthony Morano with 6 to go. Tucks it back in line. Everyone knows the high side, the place to go. If you want to go low, you got to throw the slide job. 5 laps remaining. Wentz wants to go for it. Dino tries to play defense. And Dean hanging on for right now. Wentz looking for that lower exit that nearly worked for him. Almost got to the corner panel with 4 to go. Morano with the bite off for turn 2, looking for second, and he's looking for the race lead. Great exit from Morano. Slide job, the 32 over the track. Reynolds hangs on with 3 to go. Business has just started to pick up. Wentz and Reynolds, they rub doors in turn 2. Wentz wants the lead now. He tries the slider. Keeps the line for Dino. 2 laps to go. Wentz and Morano racing for second. Here comes for straight and nearly 3 wide. As he wants third. Wentz wants second. Here they come off for turn number 4. White flag is out, 1 to go. Full throttle teammates to battle it out for the win. Dino or Morano. Place your bets right now off for 2. Is Dino going to play defense on Morano? The 32 sends it deep. Not enough. Off for 4. Dino gets the win. 3 wide for third at the line. Logan Wentz edges out for straight and Rayom. But Dean Reynolds in the Mission 22 SDS ride gets it done. Your 6th different winner of the season in fixed 358 action. I don't blame him for doing some donuts. That was a hard-earned victory. Had to deal with 2 drivers attempting sliders. Wow, that's a great start to the night. Reynolds the winner by 0.3 of a second over Morano. Then you've got Wentz third for straight and fourth. Rayom 5th. Lawson 6th. Bachman 7th. Schatzer 8th. Kinsey 9th. And Vitale rounds out the top 10. Biggest mover, by the way, was Schatzer finishing 8th, up 7 spots. Give credit to Schaefer in the 183, also up 7. Tough night tonight for Harold Klump after starting 5th. And Jake Henry as well, who started back in the 7th position. Alrighty, let me queue up the properties and load up the Discord here. Make sure we are all good to go, and that is the case. And we'll begin with the 118 and Logan Wentz. And let's talk with him right now. Logan, a great run tonight. Just talk me through what your strategy was in those final laps. Was it playing possum, or what was the strategy there?
It was kind of just send it all. We're all good buddies racing hard.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mentioned that you 3 all know how to race close and know how to race clean. At the same time, when do you have to take away, the teammates and the friend part of the thing?
Honestly, running top 3, there's no reason to take each other out and just finish where you are. Have fun.
I like it. Who do you want to give shout-outs to on this run?
I gotta thank Castleberry Flagstone, boys over at FTM for racing clean all the time and helping me week in and week out. Morano Racing, Anthony for giving me a spot on his team to run every week. Coast to Coast for putting these races on, you for putting these broadcasts on, and everybody at home for watching.
Alrighty, well, we'll let you go. Great job. Best of luck at the big block in just a bit.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Logan Wentz finishing 3rd here. And we'll go to Anthony Morano, our 2nd place finisher. Anthony, did you feel like you had something there for Dean on the final lap?
I needed like about another lap and maybe coming out of 1 or 2, maybe got a little forceful with it, but no, that was man, that was fun. That was a fun race to be in there. I'm sure that was fun to watch. I can't wait to go back and watch it. And then coming out of 4 there, I was watching my mirror as we were coming across the line. Saw I think it was Scott, Logan, and who was that? Trent there, maybe. I
think it was Trent. Yeah.
Yeah, they're 3 wide for third. That was pretty cool to see too. That was awesome.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch up here. Did you feel like you could have done anything different or not really?
I could have maybe been. I threw that one slider just to see how it would turn out. Just kind of a shot in the dark thing there in 3 and 4, and see how it would have turned out in 1. And then got beat a little bit on that one. I think a caution came out a couple times there and killed me. But you know what? Running with Dean and Logan there, that was a blast. So I mean, what can you? How can you go wrong? That was so much fun.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to on the run?
I got to thank my wife, Sherry, my teammates over at FTM, Dean at Super Dare Car, Logan at High Mom Lens, Gunnar at Swan Speed, MDI TV, GreatPack.com, Expert Installation, DJ Sim Shop. You for doing the broadcast and submitting my video for the Fairbury crash. I appreciate it.
Yes, you're welcome. We'll see if that makes iRacing at the end of the month.
You're going to have to send me that so I can actually see it, because I don't even remember. I'm just like, oh, no, not that. But, yeah. But, again, thank you, and everyone here at Coast to Coast.
Text me tonight in Discord to remind me, and I'll forward you the email that I sent over.
All right, buddy. Will do. Thanks a lot.
All right. Anthony Morano, your second-place finisher. Now we go to Victory Lane to talk with your winner, and Dean Reynolds. You're probably glad I'm calling your win tonight. 6th different winner of the season, buddy. Congratulations.
Well, what a nail-biter that was, Marty. I don't think I had the fastest car. I think Logan was a little bit better than me, and Anthony, and who knows what Blake if he didn't hit the tire. But you know what? You still got to hang on and not make mistakes, and we brought her home. So that sounds like that was a great race to watch.
Oh, man. That was a fun one to call tonight. What's this real? I mean, obviously we know you and Morano are teammates, and you and Logan are good friends. What's that like, having a race, really close friends, guys you talk with in chat, really close, but at the same time you find a way to keep it clean?
Well, we're in the same Discord. We all were, but we're not saying anything to each other because we want to win. But you notice none of us touched. I mean, we threw bombs. Well, I do have to apologize to Logan. He said it was all good. I threw that slider at the beginning there, and I did not mean to park it on. My car just slid across the track really slow, and I'm like, Logan, I'm sorry. And he says, no, you're all good. But that was the only contact we made amongst each other, and Logan was underneath, and there was a thing on lap 2 there where he went into turn 1 and didn't realize I was underneath him, and I said, no, it's all good. We hit the brakes. You do got that brake in the middle or on the left, depending what setup you have, and you use it. And we're all teammates. We all try to respect each other in clean racing and FTM. We do our own league, and that's the way it should be. And I think you got to see how it can be done.
Were you playing defense in those final laps at the same time? Any chance you were looking out of your mirror or no?
I did not look in the mirror until lap 29.
All righty.
Because I always say to people, when you look in the mirror, you slow down. Now, here's a proof that you slow down. I looked in the mirror when I took the white flag, and I saw Logan and Anthony kind of had to do a little jozzing. So I had a lead going into 1, but I missed my marks. And I screwed up, and I almost gave it away going down the back straightaway, and I had to play defense going in 3 and 4. So I don't look in the mirror unless I'm doing a slider or under yellow for some stupid reason. I have no idea why I look in the mirror under yellow. But then, the last lap, you got to do what you got to do to get the win. And, I apologize to Anthony for, I said, no, Dean, he goes, I expected it. He goes, I went into turn 3 thinking you were going to do that move. You did, and it's all good, and you won. So, I might have been a third place car tonight, but, we had a little luck and really didn't make many mistakes, and we brought a Mission 22 car home, so that's good with the big charity coming up, Marty. That was the car I ran last year's charity, and I wanted to bring him out tonight, so I'm going to bring out the blue Mission 22 race for the big blocks, and then I'm going to have an all brand new paint job for the charity this week. But we got a big week, super dirt modified week this week, as you know, and 3 nights, and hopefully we get 50 cars for it, and I'm really looking forward to that.
Well, go ahead and tell people to sign up. Because I've been seeing you all around Discord this week telling people to sign up.
Yeah, if you're in coast to coast, if you're a member, you're automatically set to sign up for that race. It's $20 for both 358s and big blocks, or if you want to just run one because you got time restraints, it's $15. All the money goes to Mission 22. Even if you can't make it on Tuesday for the time trials, you can come Wednesdays, tag the Consi, and try to get through. All the heats and Consis are 20 laps, so you got plenty of time to try to make some moves going to the top. And it's for a great cause. We brought in Glen Ridge Motorsports Park to sponsor it. FTM is part of a sponsor as well. We gave him some money for the charity, and we're bringing in Justin Stone, who runs the Super Dirt Car Series in real life. And G Stone Motors is also sponsoring it, and I'm sure Roger and the gang and Jack Hitt are getting a lot of other sponsors for the event. But yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Marty, I heard you're doing Thursday?
I believe so, yes.
No, looking forward to it. So that's going to be awesome. But, before we get to the big blocks, because I'm talking too much as always, got to thank the guys from FTM, Anthony and Logan for racing us clean. Got to thank Blake Chapman for hitting the tire, because I think that was going to be his race, because he runs the bottom like nobody's business, and we were all worried about it. Thank you for doing the telecast. Thanks to Coast for giving us a place to race. And if you're looking for a charity to support Mission 22.
Real quick, is Justin running with us next week?
Yes, he is.
Oh, damn!
Oh yeah, he's entered, and he ran with us in another league on Tuesday nights. He only runs one night a week, but he's as long as he doesn't have to do a lot of work in the garage on the car, the real car, he will be running with us.
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen: Justin Stone, Super Dirt Car Series driver, will be running Super Dirt Modified Week. That's awesome to hear. Dino, congratulations on the win, buddy. Best of luck to you in the big block.
Thanks, Marty, and I do have to say hi to Megan and my dad if they're watching. That's why we do this. That's why I like to pay the sponsorships to do the telecast and have you do it so they can sit at home and watch, and hopefully they had a lot of fun.
Yes, Megan said congrats. She's happy.
All right, brother.
All right, man. Dean Reynolds,
I'll talk to you again.
Yep, hopefully. Dino, your winner tonight with the 358s. We're going to step aside and take a break. Big blocks coming up next to the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It's time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Kiss on the champion. Trying to be a bit of a hiatus, so let's get.
We talked about it.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
Welcome back to the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We are ready to go for our big block modifieds, and we have already done qualifying, so here's the starting lineup for heat race number 1. Dylan Kinsey and Trent Verstraeten on row number 1. Row number 2, it's Logan Wentz and Anthony Morano. Row 3, Harold Klump and Blake Chapman. And row 4, Tyler Flynn. Zach Chapman joining me in the booth. We'll get his takes in a little moment on heat race number 1. Winner tonight starts on pole. Morano was the quickest in qualifying. Green flag is out. Here we go. Good jump from Dylan Kinsey off at turn 2. Verstraeten takes second while Wentz is in third. Kinsey showing a little bit of a blank for just a moment. Verstraeten with an awful turn number 4 there. Wentz hangs on for second. Verstraeten trying to fight back, Zach.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch qualifying because they're pushing the show along here. I heard we got weather coming in, so they're trying to go pretty quick. But I don't know, if the top or bottom's where you want to be, but it looks like Morano, he's trying to dive down to the bottom. So it seems like you want that bottom line with a bit of a slider. But right now, out front, Kinsey, he's just doing a great job locking it down.
Verstraeten kissed the wall last lap, but hanging on to it. But yeah, Dylan Kinsey off to a great start here. 14.84 that last lap. Wentz the quicker driver to 14.77 in the middle line of the corners here. Back in the heat races, we saw with the 350s, low line was the place to be in the feature. You wanted to be high, but looks like here at the big block, you want to completely be on that high groove next to the cushion.
Yeah, and it looks like right now Trent's doing it the best. As he's been getting runs up on Kinsey there. It looked like he almost ran him over the last lap, kind of checked up and caused a little problem throughout the field, but allowed Morano to get third. Now he's got to see last lap here. I don't know if he's got enough time.
See if Verstraeten can take this win in the 88. I don't think he's going to be able to do so. Dylan Kinsey through turns number 3 and 4 using the fluff, and Kinsey takes the win in heat 1. He's on pole tonight. Verstraeten second, Morano third, Chapman fourth, Wentz fifth, Klump sixth, and Flynn seventh.
See how hard it is to pass here. Morano, the pole sitter, only able to.
Yeah, that heat, by the way, was brought to you by Flatline Racing Bodies. Heat 2 brought to you by Full Throttle Motorsports. B-Temp's on the pole. Brandon Templeton in car 31. Next to him, it's the 011 of Randall Dixon. Row 2, Scott Rayom with a 444 and Sam Bachman in the 107. Row number 3, it's the 7 of Bob D. Good, rocking the Alan Kowicki throwback. Next to the 271, that's Sean Green. Rounding out the field, that's Matt Schaefer in the 183. I'm just trying to make sure that's not the Sean Green that I know really well. I'm just double checking. I don't believe that is. Winner starts outside on the front row for tonight's feature. Brandon Templeton, Randall Dixon, bring us to green for heat 2. And look at the gap that Templeton put up on Rayom on one lap. Just about half a second going down the back chute. Now it's at 2 car lengths. That's B-Temp leads lap number 1. Rayom second, Dixon third, Bachman fourth, DeGood fifth, Green and Schaefer racing for 6th. That's one of the James Bond mobiles. And Sam Bachman, 14.79 last lap. Best lap anybody has had as he tries to diamond turns 3 and 4, and that worked out for him. Pulls up to the door of Randall Dixon. Oh, look out, big crash. DeGood and Green. Out of nowhere, looks like somebody's throttle hung. Two laps to go here in heat race number 2. You saw Templeton try and use the slider line. Is that going to work, or will that not pay off? Here comes Rayom for the lead. Final lap here. Staying single file here off for turn number 4. B-Temp wins heat 2. He's on the front row tonight. Rayom second, Dixon third, Bachman fourth, Schaefer fifth, DeGood 6th, and Green 7th. One more heat race to go. That's brought to you by Glenridge Motorsports Park, the official sponsor of Super Dirt Modified Week. Brian Lawson on pole position, next to him Michael Vitale in the 213. Row number 2, Dean Reynolds in the 79, next to J.J. Odell in the 26. Row number 3, the Brewer to Beast, Jeff Barker in the 513, and Pat Boyce in the 41. Gary Sigelkow watching was happy to see Dino take the checkers. I mentioned for some of the drivers here, I mean, while it is a completely different track than Charlotte, could be a nice tune-up race. Get used to the Dirt Modified before Super Dirt Modified Week.
Green flag.
Here we go. Lawson immediately clears. Oh, absolutely. Lawson has both Vitale and Reynolds clear off for 4. The Venom car leads lap number 1. Dino looking for second still on Vitale underneath. His car rolls really good anywhere for what we've seen. May take it 3 wide in the corner, no. How about J.J. Odell in the number 26? Oh, got the bumper of Vitale. Everybody keeps it clean and green. Jeff Barker trying to make this trying to become a factor for the race lead, but you see all your 6 cars still out there on the racetrack. 2 laps to go in Heat 3, Zach. It's still Lawson out in front. Ran a 14.95 last lap. Now it's Vitale with a 14.93. Because Brian Lawson off for turn number 4. You know who's going to win this heat race. Second goes to Vitale. Third, Odell. Fourth, Reynolds. Fifth, Barker. And 6th, Boyce. But it's Brian Lawson that starts third tonight. Let's step aside here. Oshweekend Speedway warm-up time. Stay with us at the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Warm-ups continuing here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Anthony Morano, the quickest driver at the moment. Don't forget, next week, Super Dirt Modified Week. Make sure you sign up. $20 for 2 classes, $15 for 1 class. All funds go to Mission 22. We've got qualifying on Tuesday. Wednesday, last chance showdown and pole scramble. Thursday, championship night, 358, 75 laps. The big blocks, 100. And Zach, you were listening, but we had some breaking news given to us by Dean Reynolds. A Super Dirt Car Series driver will be racing with us next week for Super Dirt Modified Week, and that's Justin Stone. You excited for that, Zach?
100%, because I'm hoping. Have we got confirmation? Is Isaac Salas going to be there next week?
I hope Slide Job's going to be there. That would frustrate me.
I really
if
hope
he's not
so
gonna
too.
Be there. It's a big race. He has to take off work for that.
It really is, and I'd love to see how, not putting anybody else down, but Anthony Morano as well. I would love to see how their talent translates against the real life driver, somebody who drives these things every week.
Absolutely. We'll talk more about that in just a little bit. Let's beat the field for the night's feature. Here's the RSN Trackside starting lineup. On the pole, Dylan Kinsey in the 083. Next to B-Town, Brandon Templeton in the 31. Row number 2, Brian Lawson in the 9 and Trent Verstraeten in the 088. Row number 3, Scott Rayom in the 444 and Michael Vitale in the 213. Row number 4, Anthony Morano in the 32 and Randall Dixon in the 011. Rounding out the top 10, J.J. Odell in the 26 and the Salesman, Blake Chapman in the 20. Row 6, Sam Bachman in the 107 and Dean Reynolds in the 79. Row 7, Logan Wentz, he's in the 118, and Matt Schaefer in the 183. Row number 8, the Bird to Beats, Jeff Barker in the 513, and Harold Klump with a 555. Row number 9, Sean Green the 271, and Pat Boyce the 41, and rounding out the grid, Tyler Flay in the 831, and Bob DeGood in car number 7. Alrighty, Zach, as we get set to go, who are you picking to win?
Man, I think it's just going to be so tough to pass tonight, and I like where Brandon Templeton's starting. I think he's the man tonight.
I tell you this, Dylan Kinsey looked really impressive in the big blocks, and you know what? Why not? He's going to be my pick to win. So Kinsey and Templeton set to bring us to green as we get set for the Lucy Olson start. Wipe the visor, adjust the 5-point harness. The beast of the Northeast invade Lucas Oil Speedway. It's time to get it on. Three wide for third off of turn number 2. Templeton and Kinsey racing for the top spot. High side has the advantage, but it's Kinsey that leads lap number 1.
Yeah, you said it though. Highside's got the advantage, and I think they're starting to roll now. This big box are getting up the full song, and that Highside's going to carry them.
Trent Verstraeten giving Brandon Templeton a nice push. Verstraeten cannot get second, but a new leader in B-Town. A 14.96 that last time by for the Hammer Down Racing Ride. Fourth spot, meanwhile, Michael Vitale. Scott Rayom rounds out the top 5. Rayom looking to improve. Had a good car near the front early, but then just faded late in the race here, Zach.
Yeah, he's focusing on that bottom right now. I'm not sure if he's doing that to save tire maybe a little bit, or if he thinks he can get it to work. I do think the top will go away. I'm almost sure of that by the end of this feature. That top will go away a little bit, but I wouldn't want to beat up that bottom the whole time. I'd want to leave me something left there. So it's a fine line.
Oh, look at this, Verstraeten over the cushion, and Michael Vitale says thank you very much, the 213 to second. Verstraeten in third, Dylan Kinsey trying to get on the podium once again, but just unable to make the pass. Verstraeten keeps it up on the cushion.
Rayom finally going up high, and now Anthony Morano looking down low on him. He opened the door.
Morano very good on the bottom. I should say he's very good anywhere. Up to 6th, past the 4 of Rayom. Biggest mover on track currently is Vitale. Started 6th. He's running 2nd in the Vitale Motorsports 213. Let's go to that race with Morano, trying to get the spot from Brian Lawson to break into the top 5.
Yeah, it seems like Morano much better in 3 and 4 than he is in 1 and 2. It just looks like there's a lot more left down there on the entry. And the entry on 1 and 2, it looks like he's really got to baby that fellow as you see Lawson pulls away.
Going all single file. Brandon Templeton with a 3/4 of a second lead over Michael Vitale. Some other racing on track. Oh, trouble. Barker goes around.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
Tyler Flynn making a good save at the same time. Yellow lights are on for the first time in this feature. Pull up the replay, show you what happened. See, Schaefer, it's a little sideways, made some contact with the 011 of Randall Dixon. Take it right on board with Barker.
There.
Nowhere to go. Once Flynn got sideways, Barker was just trying to hang on. So again, first yellow of this feature out. Not what B-Temp wanted, but we pull up the 5-lap average for the first time tonight. And the best car is actually the man in 8, in Blake Chapman. Now, Chapman looking to rebound. He ran near the front of the 358s and looked to have possibly the best car in this feature. However, though, he hit the Tory tire in turn number 3, ended his chances of a win.
Great, man. Those tires, they can be a nightmare here, especially at Charlotte. I think they beat me up the most at Charlotte, turns 3 and 4. They just sneak up on you so fast.
So Templeton selects the outside. It's going to be interesting because the leader in every restart we had back to the 358s selected the bottom. Let's see if this works as we come back to green.
Green flag, green flag.
That did work out for Templeton as he immediately clears Michael Vitale. Dylan Kinsey may have the advantage up to the 3rd spot. Had to check up to avoid Hayden Vitale. Morano gets his quarter panel for a moment, and Verstraeten on the podium in 3rd. Oh,
Yeah,
trouble
Morano.
behind them. Bachman's around. No caution flag. We stay green, and now the yellow flies. Bachman, Klump, Wentz, Flynn, DeGood. Second yellow flies. Let's pull up a replay to show you what happened. Yeah, I got turned off for Logan Wentz. Everybody's just trying to scatter here. Let's ride on board with Harold Klump. As he witnessed this happen right behind him. Nowhere to go. Sam Bachman's perspective, and then we'll go one more after that with Logan Wentz. One more on board with the 118. Field doubled up as we come back to the green flag. We'll watch this from the Chapman Racing drone. There's your top 10. Templeton, Vitale, Kinsey, Verstraeten, Chapman, Morano, Lawson, Rayome, Reynolds, and Odell. Again, B-Temp selects the top here for this restart. Oh, trouble with Verstraeten. He spun the tires. Around goes Lawson. Watch out. The field of scatters. And the yellow comes out once again. We'll go single file for the rest of this race.
Yeah, it looked like Verstraeten maybe stomped the throttle a little bit and went up and just got tight, got into Dylan Kinsey and just went down low, and everything happened from there. But Trent may get lucky, man. He may get spot back.
Oh, he did get lucky, that's for sure. Lawson goes around. He's the cause of the yellow. You see J.J. Odell had to scatter there. Let's go on board with J.J. Let's go one more here with Logan Wentz. Nobody was using any throttle there in the back, that's for sure. So single file restart will be coming up here in just a moment. That's what you're definitely going to like here if you're B-Temp.
Yeah, he's been, well, I don't know, to tell you the truth. Well, yeah, I guess you're right, because Vitaly could always go in through the slider. I was going to say, I think he liked pinching him down on the bottom and making him race, but anytime you can fire, he gets to go where he wants to go. I just think he's off to the sunset, barring a mistake.
All right, ready for the restart. Field is off for turn number 4. We've completed 13 laps. Back to green we go.
Green flag, green flag.
Blake Chapman up 6 spots. He's sniffing for that podium.
Biggest mover right now from 10th to 4th. He's got Morano next to him in the battle for P4. Chapman up on the top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. Trying to get that preferred line, but Morano edges out the salesman for 4th spot at the line. Chapman able to fight back. Now he comes down on Morano. Now looks to take out Kinsey for the podium spot here, Zach.
Yeah, I think Blake, he heard the spotter. He knew Morano got a run, and I think that is the line right now. Bottom 3 and 4, top 1 and 2, like you just got to see Blake through. But the problem is, you don't go in here and complete the pass. You do not get a good run off turn 2, and then Morano is right back at your door.
I wonder if Chapman has learned. Don't go too low or else trying to hang on to second over Dylan Kinsey. Not working the 213. Diamonds the corner, and Chapman had to back out of it. Here comes Kinsey trying to get the runner-up position back. 4 cars under a blanket for the runner-up spot, Zach.
Yeah, they're all in their own line too. Morano up high, Kinsey a little bit lower. It's wild. They're all fanning out. We may get 4 wide at some point here for 3rd place.
3 wide for the 2nd position. Oh, this is tight. Kinsey back up to P2. Vitale had 3rd over Chapman. Trouble for Tyler Flynn. He jumps into the fence. We stay green.
He's got a pretty good run off the bottom in 1 and 2 there. Better than he had been. He's going to be able to clear P3 at the line here.
10 laps to go, and business may be starting to pick up, but not for the race lead, though. Brandon Templeton's led every lap except for one, a 1.4 second lead over Dylan Kinsey as we pull up the 5-lap average once again and show you who's the man of the hour right now, and it's B-Temp, easily. Straightaway lead over Kinsey, Zach.
Went over the cushion a little bit. Templeton went over the cushion a little bit. They really reeled him in that lap. They're back within almost a second now.
B-Temp's been doing that from time to time. Here's Morano. Wants 4th. Bob DeGood's crash. No caution right now. Race control, letting them race for right now. 7 to go. Chapman, how low can he go? Just don't go too low like you did back in the 358s. This is the best battle we're watching very closely for 4th. Hey, how about Matt Schaefer? Give shout-outs to him. Up 8 spots from 14th to 6th. Right now, he's your biggest mover. Unless Chapman can take 2nd from Kinsey.
Yeah, heck of a climb for him because we've seen a lot of nonsense happen in the middle of the pack, so he's had to survive all that, so hats off to Matt.
Gap is down to a half second for Templeton and Kinsey. This is getting interesting, folks. Here's the time delta in these past few laps, and you can see the lead is coming down for the 83 and the 20. Down to about 2 car lengths with 4 to go here, Zach.
Yeah, not sure if maybe that 31 burned up that right rear tire, but as soon as I saw him step over that berm, he's been slowly slowing down. You got to remember, Blake and Dylan, they ran the bottom in the beginning, so they did save a little bit of tires, so they've got to be really feeling that extra grip right now.
Coming to 2 laps to go, and the cream has risen to the top. Kinsey had some good bite off for 4. Templeton kisses the wall. Kinsey wants the run on the cushion. Does he cross over, go for the race lead? B-Temp shuts the door on him. Here comes Blake Chapman for 2nd. That's just what Templeton wants. White flag is out, 1 lap to go. Kinsey underneath the 31. Up the hill he goes. Oh, for both Kinsey and Chapman. They gotta send it in. I don't know if it's gonna be enough. Blake Chapman looks for the bite. Templeton takes the win.
Wow, what a finish, Marty. Wow, Blake really made it stick down there on the bottom. I didn't think he stood a chance there, and he almost had the win.
If Chapman does not get to the inside of Dylan Kinsey, man, I tell you, that 083 had a great chance at taking the win away.
Yeah, I think he just overdrove the entry of turn 1 and 2 a little bit, slid up a little too far in the slick, and that just, Blake saw it, and man, he pounced. He had one moment,
almost,
one shot, one opportunity, and he took it.
Blake almost got the win, too, at the same time. He does take home the runner-up spot. And there you see your top 10. Matt Schaefer up 9 spots to finish in 5th. Give credit as well to Sean Green from 17th to 9th tonight. Tough break for Brian Lawson. Started 3rd, ended up 14th after that stack-up that involved Trent Verstraeten. Michael Vitale also had a good start. Finishes in 18th at the end. Tyler Flynn does not finish the race. And we'll get set here to talk to your top 3. And we're ready to go here, and we'll begin with 3rd place, Dylan Kinsey. Dylan, walk me through those final laps, and what more did you need for Brandon tonight?
I just needed no mirrors. he was seeing me catch me, which is fine. I would have been doing the same thing. I told the guys in Discord, I'm like, I caught Templeton with about 5 to go, and I was just gonna stick to my line, hoping he'd mess up a little bit. Then he got the wall, and I got the wall right behind him. And then Blake just stayed true to the bottom and got me. I was gonna throw a slider, and Templeton blocked it, and I had to check up a little longer than I wanted to. But yeah, it was good racing. Everyone was good. I mean, everyone was strong up front tonight.
Just want to clarify: is that the move you were trying to go for in turn 1, the slide job?
I was gonna pull it right when we were door to door. I felt like I had the speed, and I thought he would have been a little higher, but I seen his left front come down close to me. I'm like, nope, he's going to block it, so I just held the brake longer.
Well, a great run for you, that's for sure, man. Who do you want to give shout-outs to on the run?
I got to thank all the teammates at Full Throttle Motorsports, Swan Speed Shop, Open Set, DJ for the wrap, my wife and kids for letting me do this, you, Marty, for the broadcast. Everyone at Coast to Coast that makes this happen, and looking forward to next week. Hope to be strong.
All righty, man. Well, we'll let you go. Great job tonight, and we're going to see you in the late model in just a little bit, or no?
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be taking up the back.
All right, sounds good, man. Well, great job tonight. Congrats.
Thanks, Marty.
All right, let's go to our second place finish here in the Salesman, Blake Chapman. You know what? We'll do a Chapman interviews.
Man, Blake, this has been happening a lot, man. I always say your long-lost cousin up in the booth. What's going on, Blake?
Oh, not much, man. That race was a lot of fun.
Dude, it looked like a lot of fun. I know you don't want to be cocky, but you think you got it in one more lap?
I think maybe. That was just a lot of fun at the end. I don't know if I've ever had that much fun in a race where I didn't win. But I know it seemed like there was a point where maybe Dylan was the fastest car out there with about, 5:10 to go, and I could see he was catching Brandon. And I figured me and Brandon were about even, and I wanted Dylan to catch Brandon, and it seemed like Brandon might have went down to protect Dylan's line there. And I was running the bottom pretty consistently and hit my marks, and I was just gaining on those guys. But when it got tight there in those last couple of laps, it was a lot of fun. And maybe if we had another lap, I would have been able to pull it off. But I'm just going to put the blame on myself for sucking so bad earlier on in the night qualifying.
Did you have flashbacks to hitting the tire earlier in the night, or were you not worried about running the bottom? You just going for it?
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. But but I was I've hit the tire enough. I just kind of shake it off. It's a different car. It's a little faster car. So I felt like after I hit that tire in the 358s, I went down there and got some laps in running the bottom and felt comfortable down there. So, and tonight in these big blocks, I just felt more comfortable on the bottom. That's the only reason I was down there. I felt like the top might have been a little quicker at times, but I felt really comfortable on that bottom. I was able to hit it in both corners, and it worked out for me pretty well.
Well, hey man, smooth rundown. You had the hard charger till the last lap, but Matt Schaefer passed for 5th, so he stole that from you. But heck of a run, man, and go ahead and give us the rundown.
Yeah, I got to thank Mom and Dad for watching. I got to thank all the guys at the Cride Sim Racing team and the Can-Am Racing team. I got to thank Preston at Epsilon Sprint Wraps and Andy at AJ Custom Creations. I got to thank Jeff Barker for the admin tonight. And I got to shout out Galen's Gourmet Popcorn. You guys know it's the best stuff out there. And don't forget to use code CART, that's C-A-R-T at checkout for 15% off of your purchase. And I got to thank you guys for putting this on.
Well, hey, congrats, Blake. We going to see you next week, Super Deer Car Week?
No, I'll actually be gone. But I usually hit those, but I'll be gone next week. But I'll definitely be watching.
Well, all right, man. You behave yourself, and congratulations tonight. That's Blake Chapman, your second-place finisher.
Hey, this time popcorn was better than donuts. So let's get to your winner and the man of the hour in Brandon Templeton. B-Temp, what a win. I got to begin with this, though, first off. Did you happen to check your tire wear at the end of the race, and what was it at on the right rear?
I didn't check it at all, Marty. That's a good comment. I wish I would have. I'm already in the late model session, and I'd look back at it. But I'll tell you what, man, they were coming for me. I got that one by absolute shoestring. I would just thank my lucky stars on that one and got away with one.
Absolutely. Did jumping the cushion, I think we saw you jump the cushion once, if not twice. Did that kind of at the same time lose momentum at first?
Definitely. I think the one time I did it real big, I had a pretty good cushion. I was out, I don't know, second and a half maybe, and lost, I don't know, probably half a second at least. And then from then on, they kind of found a line, I think, and they started reeling me in. And yeah, that's the problem with being out front. You know, you can't see what everybody else is doing. You got to guess and choose. And they were starting to reel me in. I didn't know where to go, but started moving down the track. I saw the marbles were starting to build up in the middle, and that was starting to be a little bit quicker. So tried that a few laps and was able to squeak it out.
Overall, though, how good was this car tonight?
Oh, it was pretty good. You know, felt real good like early in the night when it was a little tackier in the bottom of 1 and 2, like Lucas Oil usually is. But 3 and 4, it slicked off real good, and it became a pretty fun 2-lane racetrack. It felt like.
This is a track as well that you are really good at. So, all right, before we let you go, who do you want to give shout-outs to on the run?
I gotta thank Jay with the Dirt Track Bank. Everything they're doing for us in dirt and rail racing is awesome. So check out thedirttrackbank.com. Malvern Bank in Malvern, Iowa. They're just awesome supporting series all around, as well as us. So got your 6 Racing Network, Hammer Down Racing Team. Everybody come out and support the Mission 22 modified thing. Get signed up. I know I haven't signed up yet, but do it. I'll be in the race for sure. So it's for a good cause, and reach out to a veteran if you know them at this time. You know, it's always a good time of year to check on them, no matter when it is. So thanks to Extreme Images, Maley's Makery, Big C's Lawn Care, and hey, shout out to Lucy Olson for joining the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks!
Go Hawks! One more year to support Iowa at least. So. All right.
Yeah, we're excited.
Yes.
I'm a season ticket holder, so as soon as I saw her name enter the transfer portal, I thought there's maybe a chance. I've been wishing for that for a couple of years. So.
Hollywood will like that comment for sure. So, all right, man. Congratulations. A great win tonight. Best of luck to the late models.
Yep, thanks.
All righty. So, B-Temp's your winner. There's one more guy I want to bring in. I know this is probably a surprise and impromptu to him, but it's the guy you'll hear on the late models coming up next, the voice of Extreme E-Speed TV, and Travis Piercefield. Travis, what do we got coming up here tonight for you?
Well, we've got the pro late models coming from Lucas Oil, and then, of course, tonight we'll end with that NASCAR Xfinity Series. But we've got a little break here before the late models get on the track, so stay tuned. We'll be on around 8:30 with those pro late models.
Awesome. Well, I tell you what, we're going to do this. If you're watching on Slide Job Racing Network, we're going to say goodbye for now, but we're going to have Travis start his stream up here in just a moment. So if you're watching on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, you may experience some slight loading issues, but don't worry. It's because Travis is loading up his Streamlabs. If that's okay with you, Travis.
That works for me, Marty.
All right, perfect. We'll step aside here and take a break on Coast to Coast Racing Network. If you're watching on Slide Job Racing Network, shout out to Zach Chapman for joining me for the Big Block Race. I'm Marty Sakala signing off. Congratulations to your winners tonight. Dean